Hi friends, how are you today? So, just a quick update. We had a very interesting weekend this weekend. Kenny was off, and normally when he's off, because he only has 2 weekends a month off, and we have to decide, are we going to work around the house and do the stuff we need to do, or are we going to have a little fun? Well, this weekend we did both, and it wasn't anything big and major, but just relaxing kind of fun. So Saturday, we had to drive to our closest town because I needed some things from Hobby Lobby. I needed to get binding for the van quilt that I'm making. And I had heard about this campground that's not too far from the Hobby Lobby. And I wanted to go check it out. And the reason that I was so interested in it is it's a forestry campground. It's part of the Osceola National Forest. It has about 67 sites. 30-ish are electric, water and electric, like 20 are water only, and 12 of them are primitive sites. And the primitive sites are not paved. There's no concrete slab, and you can tell it's part of the original campground. And they're really big sites. And as far as being a van lifer, if you don't need power, I thought it was a great deal because 2 people could easily stay on there and have plenty of room. So anyway, we took a tour through there. I really, really liked it. I am going to be going back. There is beach access. There's a boat ramp. There's a white sandy beach area if you have kids or if you yourself want to get there. It is dog friendly. Of course, you can't take dogs on the beach. And there are hot showers at this forestry campground. And even in the primitive area, there are bathrooms and they're flush toilets, no pit toilets. So that's always a good thing. And I want to go back to kayak because from the little boat ramp area, which is on the thumbnail that you see, that is the boat ramp. It's not a concrete boat ramp. It's a sandy beach boat ramp. And you could easily launch a kayak or a regular boat. Some of the sites are waterfront, and you could actually launch your kayak from your site. You'd have to take a little trail to get down there, but it could easily be done. And so I'm going to be going back there. Also, if you have a senior pass, which I'm getting mine next month, it's half off. So the full water and electric sites are $30. The water are $20, and the primitive are $12. And like I said, the primitive are very big. They also have more vegetation between the sites, so you have a little more privacy at the primitive. So, $6 if you have a senior pass or the interagency pass that they have. So anyway, I checked it out for you guys. I'm going to show a little bit of footage. I don't have a lot of footage, so this is going to be short. And then at the end of the video, if you're interested in seeing the van quilt that I made for Joy, I quilted it. I put it on the long arm this weekend on Saturday when we got back from our little ride. So Saturday was Hobby Lobby, driving in the country with my husband, and quilting. So that was a fun day. And then Sunday we had church Sunday morning, and then Kenny and I worked for 8 hours cleaning up hurricane damage still. We cut limbs, we burned limbs, we burned so much wood, branches and stuff. And I really pushed it because I was like Paul Bunyan, cutting down the tree and then throwing the logs in the wagon. But today I can hardly move, so I'm not good at stopping myself when I really get into things and I start seeing progress. But we do see a lot of progress. We still have so much work left to do, but we got a big chunk of it done, and that encourages me to keep going. So also I have a camping trip coming up in a few days, and that's the one where I'm going to be sewing at, a little personal sewing, and I'm really looking forward to that. And of course I will share that with you. I have some friends joining me there, and you'll get to meet them too. Some of them you've already met on my channel, so there's just a little a little preview. But anyway, thank you for being here. Like I said, I'm giving you a cute little tour of the campground and then just a few minutes of my quilt, and I'll show you the finished quilt at the end. But thank you for being here, and I hope you had a great weekend and got some stuff done too. So I'll talk to you later. showers, hooks. So there are showers. I'm in my studio. I just got my van quilt on the long arm. I just picked a design and I'll show you what that's going to be real quick for those of you who are interested in that. So as you can see, I picked a design that has little curly cues and stars because there's a little bug flying around here. Because this fabric is supposed to be patriotic. I don't love this fabric now that I have looked at it with all my other patriotic fabric. It's a little more muted, but it'll be fine. I went and found some binding fabric to use with it today, and I think once these little stars are going to be on here, it's fine. And I mean, it's just my van quilt, you know, it's no big deal. Anyway, it's super easy because all I'm doing is taking the fabric itself and quilting it. And I'm actually quilting it with some sheets I ordered. Macy's had a sale on sheets a while back, and these are cooling sheets. And I thought, well, what would be better for the van than to have cooling sheets in there? So anyway, I'm going to turn this on, and then I'm going to mute you because this is extremely loud. But you can enjoy the process. Everybody's kind of mesmerized when the long arm kind of runs. So here we go. Okay, friends, it's quite quite a while later, I did finish the quilt, and I'm going to show it to you. Here we go. That is the front of it. I have the binding all finished. It's a kind of rusty red, like the red in the quilt. There's the back. I did it in red so that it would show up really well. This is more muted colors. It's more of an Americana type color than a bright red, white, and blue. And I found some really cute stuff to go with my van that will work with it. I'm probably going to make a matching pillow sham, but I will, of course, give you the reveal when I get Joy all ready for the summer. You'll be the first to see it. And I wanted to give you a little bit more information about that campground. The campground is Ocean Pond Campground in Sanderson, Florida. It is from the Division of Forestry. It is it's a first come, first serve. You cannot make reservations. The primitive site, there was 10 empty spaces. The primitive area, the water only area only had 2 or 3 campers. A couple of lady van lifers were there with their solar panels out, just living their best life. And the full electric and water area that I first showed you as we went in, there were 2 or 3 empty spots in there, but it was a beautiful Saturday afternoon, perfect weather, and there were still sites available. So if you go during the week, you're absolutely guaranteed to find a spot. And what else was I going to tell you? Oh, there is a dump station as you leave. They don't have full hookups, so if you're an RV person, there is a dump station on your way out. If you do not camp there and you need a dump station and you happen to be in the area, it's a $5 fee. So anyway, I hope you enjoy seeing that campground. I hope you enjoyed watching a little bit of me making this quilt. And of course, I gave you a couple little snippets of Riley. He still has a little bit of an ear infection, but he's getting better. So anyway, I'm so glad you're here. Have a great day, and thanks for being here with me. Take care.